Okay, so last lecture we talked about how to create a package using the template and how to post to GitHub. So by now you should have something on your GitHub. And today we're going to continue to uh, make the automatic testing running and also how to create your website automatically based on what we put on GitHub. So it should be an automatic process. And so if you remember last time we couldn't finish because there was something fail at the end. So it is still failing on your end. So what you need to change, I think last time when I made the change, but I forgot to click save, kind of problem. So what you need to do right now is go to settings. And then on the left side, find actions. Okay. So what actions mean is basically action GitHub going to do something on your behalf. So actions are basically some instructions you tell GitHub to do for you. It's automated, but you need to authorize it. So if you click the actions and then on the right here, scroll down to all the way to the end, and then check this read and write permissions. Otherwise, when you're trying to push a website, it's going to create a new branch, your GitHub. So if you don't have the right permission, GitHub cannot create a new branch on your behalf. So click the read and write permissions, and then make sure you click this one, save. Otherwise, if you navigate to other page, it's not safe. Okay. So if you really want the click save, and then you can come back again. So make sure that you click, go to the actions tab again. Oops. General, scroll down to the end. Make sure it's right now stay there. Otherwise, it's not effective. So that's why you are having this. Once you have this one, then we can go back to the home page. And so from here, right now you should see a red cross, right? Nothing? You successful last time? Okay, then you're good. Right. If you're seeing that red cross, that means it failed. Then you want to come here, and most likely is the docs. Okay. You see this one fail, and then you go to the details, click the details. Then upper right here, you should see an option that if you, there should be a drop down asking run all tasks, all jobs, or run fail jobs. Because here we only have one, so either one is fine. You can either click the run all jobs or run just the fail one, and then wait for it to finish. Usually, after you change the settings to read and write permissions, this one should work. Yes? Yeah, both work, either of those. So just click one of those and then it runs through. It might take a couple minutes, depends on how busy it is, but you can show the process. So you can go step by step. Again, this one is coming from the instruction that, let me open the Visual Studio Code here. Just want to show you where does that one come from. So it's come from the .github directory under the workflows, and then there's docs YML. So it's a YAML file. And this is basically instruction. You're telling GitHub, okay, I'm going to use the Linux machine, and you're going to check out the code and then install Python. And then it's going to tell you to install a bunch of dependencies, some of those in the requirements.txt. But now you don't have to understand everything. Just basically you're telling GitHub to test your package, install your package, and then create a website and then push the website. So eventually this is where it's going to push the website. Right now you haven't seen the website yet because we haven't released it yet. Question? Yes? Uh, Interesting. It's probably because you didn't install the icon doesn't matter. It's most likely because you didn't install the what's that called, the materials icon something. Uh, yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, you can. It's yeah. If you, I think I have this one here on the left side. I also have this somewhere. It is you GitHub Actions. So if you install it, you're going to be able to see this one on your local machine. So you having on the green check mark. It's not required, but it's mandated. No workflow. 1 second. It may be because your account, your branch name is yeah, yours master, so you need to be main. So you need to go back to your um, change this one to main to master, and then push the changes. So the problem that was asked was because if you don't see anything running on your basically you go to home page and you see nothing running under the actions tab, that means it's not executed. So what you can do is to maybe I can make some changes to the template. So but basically you open the docs.yml. If you see if your branch name is master, then you need to change it to master, or because mine is right now is main. So what you can find out is from here. So go to the home page and look at this name here. The name is either main or master. If yours is master, then you need to change the YML. Otherwise, not executed. Because this YML, this YAML file is basically telling GitHub say to build things from the main branch. Cannot find the main branch, so it's not doing things to master. Anyway, after that, do you see the green check mark? And if you click this drop down list, you don't need to deploy. So can you see this GH pages branch here? Yes. If you click this GitHub branches, GitHub pages, so basically, and this is basically the website. Right now, if you have this branch, then you're good to go. If you don't have, that means something is wrong. Your website is not created yet. Can you see that? If yes, then go to settings. We're going to enable the website. So go to settings, and on the left side, somewhere in the middle here, pages. Click these pages, and then from here, it's going to say build and deployment. So what this one is doing is because we have this package, and we want to build a documentation website, but it's going to be hosted on this same repository, but in a different branch. So it's called GH pages. There's a so-called GitHub pages branch. And if you select the second one, branch, and then click the drop-down list from the none, then select GH pages. Basically, select the GitHub pages, and then click save. Okay, that's it. Then it's going to build the website and going to deploy. The website is already being built, but you just need to deploy. So you're going to take some time. If you go to click the Actions tab, you go to the Actions tab. Now you should see this one, Pages, Build, and Deployment. So that means right now it's linking to this branch. So every time you will push something to your GitHub, and you will automatically rebuild the GitHub pages, and then the website will be automatically deployed. So this is the whole procedure, how the website is being built. It might take some time. Again, you need to see if anything fails, then you need to fix it. But here, you see, pretty good. Now it's done. So if you go to the actions, you should see build status green, and then deploy. And can you see this one? Right click, open it, take a look. If it fails, then it's not working. But you see this one? That means now your website is up and running. Anyone see your website? Perfect. So this is right now the basic template. There's not much going on in here. But the website, like you can quickly do something. I can probably cannot really source anything. But if I source like, so hey, it should be able to find something. So it should be pretty instant. And so later on, we're going to add more content. Right now, we have an example, but you can also have documentation and other different modules. Right now, it's bare minimum. There's not much in here. But this is the same website. If you go to the div map, right? It's the same, but except I have a lot more content. But overall, the layout looks the same. So now you can actually, if you want anything, if you go through this website, you see something that you want to adopt, you go ahead and look at the source code, copy and paste to you. So everything, all the source code is being stored under the docs directory, under here. So the changes you make here, if you push to GitHub, you will rebuild the changes. Next time you'll be, you should see the updated website. So for example, right now, this is my website, and there's not much going on here. I have this, but I can certainly add something to it, make it usable. And installation, for example, this is how you install your package. And your package is not deployed yet. I'm going to show you how to deploy to PyPI. But for now, this is website, FAQ, changelog, and even have different items, menus. So you're welcome to try it out. And also upper right here, if you click the link, it will take you to the GitHub homepage, right? And that's pretty much it. So now, if you go to the homepage, right, you should see the link somewhere here. The second link, you can also click from here. It's the same. The URL is your username.github.io/ and then this one, okay, the package name. So if you remember last time, right, we create your website, your username.github.io, right? Remember? And then right now everything. So basically, GitHub allows you to create as many websites as you like, except you need to have the main website, and then everything else will be a basically sub level, right? So if your main website is gone, you delete it, everything else will not work. Okay, so don't delete your home main website, because that's kind of the pointer. So right now, if I go to my something like that, you want to see this website. So make sure you don't delete this repo. You delete it, all your other website will stop functioning, because this basically the entry point. You can think about this: the building. You get into this building, and all the rooms in here, like each individual room. If you block building, there's no access to the room inside. Make sure you don't do anything destructive. Okay, and so once you have this, next I'm going to show you how to deploy to PyPI, because you want other people to install your package. Right now, although your package it does nothing, that's empty. But once you figure out the procedure, you can continue to add stuff. So I'm going to show you how to do automatic deployment to GitHub. Actually, there's if you go to the folder here, workflow, and click this PyPI.yml. So this one actually is another GitHub actions that allows you to automatically deploy, publish this one to PyPI.org without having to manually upload. In the past, we have to manually upload, but now it can be automated. So it's so much easier. So the first, you're gonna follow me step by step. This is probably for you guys are all new, so I want to show you slowly so that you can follow through. But basically, this is the instructions. So you're going to build the packages, and then you're going to use the username and password so that you can automatically deploy that one to app. If you go to, I can show you here, right? I already did once. So right now on the right side here, I have a release 1 and then version 0.01. For you guys, it's probably empty right now. There's nothing in there because I tested it, make sure it works. And I'm going to show you how you can actually publish one automatically from GitHub. So in the future, pretty much everything, what you need to do is using Visual Studio Code, make changes, post to GitHub. Everything else is automatic. Don't have to worry about, because there are different websites that you need to handle, but automatic. So what you need to do is to get to PyPI.org, and you should already have an account signed up. And usually recommended nowadays probably they require the two-factor authentication or something. So make sure you follow instructions. So do you all have an account now? Yeah, then you need to do it. So you need to basically figure it out. Otherwise, you might not be able to use that. Right now, I think they enforce the two-factor authentication. So take some time to log into the account. And as long as you can log into the account, if this does not require two-factor authentication, you can use it. So what we need to do here is to create a so-called token. So in programming, because we're accessing all kinds of services, especially, for example, AWS, Google Cloud Services, most of the time we need to basically log into an account. But you don't want to, like when I'm doing coding here, I don't want you to see my username, but I don't want you to see my password, right? So this is where the token actually comes in. Token means it's giving you access to your account, but it's not using an actual password. So so-called token or access keys are pretty much the same. It's allow you the programmatic access to your account. So what we want to do here is basically GitHub is going to do something for us. And I'm going to authorize GitHub to publish the package to PyPI. but I don't want to give GitHub my password. But I can generate an access token. Specifically, it's basically equal to my password, but it's different. But once I give the token, then GitHub can talk to PyPI, and they can do things on your behalf. But they're not actually using a password. It's actually using a so-called access token. So what we're going to do here is to create the access token. So if you go to your account, and then I think you need to go to account settings. Okay, account settings, and then if you scroll down, you should be able to see this one here, API tokens. Okay, API token, basically, you can create a token specifically for a project, or you can create a token for all the projects. So basically, when you are authorizing GitHub to do your own behalf, you can set, for example, GitHub can only do something to this project, or can do everything to your account or anything. For now, yours should be empty. I have tons of things in here. So you can just click this Add API token. I'll show you how we can do that. So click the Add API token, and then for this one here, you can just give a name. It doesn't really matter. So it's just identifier. I can give one so-called GitHub actions, for example. Okay, and then for the scopes, things right now this is new. You don't have anything in here, right? You can just select entire account, all projects. So the recommended way would be to just create the token just for like specific project, because right now we don't have it yet, so we can actually select the entire account, but it's not recommended. I'm just using it as a demonstration, but you can come back to change it later. Okay, so you can create a new API token. Just click entire account, and that's it. Okay. Here it's going to show you an API token scope to your entire account. We have uploaded permission for all of your current and future projects. It's just a warning. It's fine. So what this is doing is, okay, I'm going to give GitHub all the access to my account. They can do whatever to my account. And click create token. Okay, very important. Okay, don't navigate away from this page. You won't be able to see that again once it's gone. So this one here, this one is going to show you this is token. So when you set the username, and this is the password. So basically, oops, I think that the copy token. Okay, this is the token in here. Okay, so this is the password. It's basically essentially your password, but it's not. It's just token. The next step, what we need to do is to go back to GitHub. Okay, so come back to GitHub here, click settings, and from here on the left side, secrets and variables. Okay, and then click actions, secrets and variables, actions. Right now I have this two in here. For you guys, it should be empty. Okay, you should see this green button. Click this one and click this one. So here you need to enter the name. So we need to have two items. The first one, the username, the second one, password. So again, don't do it yet. This is very important. Make sure you use the exact same name. So I would recommend you just open Visual Studio Code, your GitHub repo, and then go to the .github workflows, and then click this PyPI.yml. Okay, click this one. Then come to here, use this one, or you can type it PyPI underscore username, or you can just double click and then copy. Okay, it needs to be exactly the same. If you have a typo, it won't work. Okay, so my recommended way is to come here and then select this one, double click, copy, and then come here, paste. Okay, paste this one, and then going back to the PyPI page, and then set your username to this one. Okay, so basically it's underscore underscore token underscore underscore. So you can just select that, copy. Again, don't miss one character. It needs to be exactly the same. Otherwise, you're going to have issue. And then just Control C. Coming back here, paste this one as a secret. Okay. Click, and then you can click X secret. Again, double check and double check. Otherwise, you need to redo it. PyPI underscore username, and then underscore underscore token. Then click X secret. Done. And then add another one. Okay, I already have, so I didn't change it. So add new secrets again, and Again, repeat the process. So going back to Visual Studio Code and copy this one, PYPI underscore password, all underscore, okay? If it's lowercase, doesn't work. Make sure you copy this one, coming back to here, paste, and then going back to this one here, click this one, copy token, okay? Copy token, or if you want, you can just select this. So this one is a password, copy token, and then come back to here, Control V, make sense? And then just execute. Then you should be good. Okay, so it should be done now. Then you should have these two here showing up in here. And last used probably a couple seconds ago, this time. So right now, we're actually giving GitHub Actions, the so-called API token, allow them to access our account, do things on our behalf, but we are not actually giving them our real password, okay? You cannot see my password. It's just because when it detects the username is __ token, GitHub knows that you need to use the API token rather than using your password, right? And of course, I'm showing here, right? It's recorded. It's very dangerous because anyone can copy this one and then they can do things to mess up my account. Okay, so it's not secure. I'm going to delete it, but for you guys, nobody is seeing your stuff, so you're fine. But for me right now, I'm just going to delete it. And yeah, I forgot my password. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, it's done, right? Nobody can right now use that token. So that's one time only. It will not show you again. So if you didn't copy it, it will be gone. We cannot use it again. But after that, your GitHub account should be ready to deploy. So let's take the steps to do the deployment. So let me show you how to do that. So if you go to releases, okay, and then click the tabs, maybe the release, and then here click draft a new release, okay, draft a new release. And from here, it's going to ask you to choose a new tag. You guys probably right now it's empty, okay? Because I already have the 0.01, right now I can drop a 0.02, but for you guys, you can just use 0.01. So v lowercase v 0.0.1, okay? For you guys, I'm using 0.2 because I already did release 0.1, okay? And click this one, create new text on release, okay? So now you should have this one 0.01 showing up there, and you can give a release title. So usually I will use the same name. I will just point v 0.0.2. Again, for you guys, it's 0.01. Make sense? Or you can also click here, upper right corner. There should be a button here. Generate release notes. Right now, there's not much going on here, but it's automatic. So you should be able to have something on here. Can you see that? Click the button, generate release notes. It's automatic, getting all the GitHub commits from your history. You should see some lines in here. Yes? Can you? Yeah, that one I need to resolve later. I don't have time for you to two-factor. So here, and then just click this one, publish release. Just click the button. Then it should be working on that. If you go to the actions, you should see the one called v 0.0.1, and it's running through. It's going to deploy. If you see the green check mark, then you are good to go. If something goes wrong, you're going to see it. Anyone see the green check mark? Still running? You see it? So if you see the green check mark, that means you're good to go. So if you right now, if you go to the home page, on the upper left corner here, this PyPI, right now probably it might take a couple seconds or minutes to show up. But if you click this button, click this, or right click, open the new tab, it should take you to your website, your account. Under PyPI, your package is coming up here. If it's not, that might means it take a couple seconds to show up, but as long as you see the green check mark, it should be good. No? No one? Can you see it? Yes? Anyone else? Uh, oh, so it probably, let me see here. So if we click, it shows error, or what is it? Yeah. Oh, the base takes a couple minutes because it's running automatically. So if you check it later, it will show up as 0.0.1. Right now, it's probably just saying not found, so it's perfectly normal because the base is hosting on a server. Next server need to rerun everything so that it will show up. So it's more like it's a little bit delayed, but if you click the link, if you see something, go to the homepage, then you are good. So now your package is actually released. And on the left side here, or your upper left corner here, you should see pip install, and then the name of your package. So that means right now, anyone around the globe can install your package. It's available now, but although it doesn't have functionality, but basically you have an empty shell available. So next, if you want to test it, you can install it somewhere, and then you see it works. So I'm going to show you here. You can either install locally, or you can just use Google Colab, for example, to test it out. So I'm going to just open Google Colab, for example. Just Google it, and then open Google Colab. And then you can create an empty one. We can test it out. Right now, you can just create an empty notebook and see how we install it. Pretty simple, right? So right now, this is Google Colab. So you can just tap percentage sign, create a new code cell, and then the percentage sign, keep install, and the name of your package. Or if you forget, you can just look at here, this one, right? You can copy it if you want. For me, it'll be GO, okay? Just shift enter, control enter, then it should be running. Hopefully, you'll be able to install it. You can install mine if you want to be available to anyone. Okay, it's done because my package right now doesn't have any dependencies. So it's pretty a simple one. So very quick, nice. And it's going to show you here downloading, blah, blah, this one, PyPI, and then any .whl, blah, blah, and then install. Reason for that is if you go to my downloads file, you're going to see two versions here. The first one is called source distribution. The second one is called build distribution, WHL. So this one more like already compiled, easier to install, but also the source code is available. So what this is coming from GitHub. So GitHub is on our behalf. So once you do that, right, I can simply testing the package, right? So I should be able to just say import okay. It's work, right? You can check mark. So for you guys, you can do the same thing. If your package has a hyphen, you replace the hyphen with underscore. Otherwise, just import your package name. It should work. Questions? Right now, there's nothing in there. It's just an empty shell. But later on, we add more functionality. But here, what we are doing here is actually right now we are using things from here, right? This is the package version. Right now, you should have the same thing, right? 0.01. Also, there's a comments module, right? Hello world. And also the package in here, again, is empty. So for me, right, I have a function under the comments module. There's a hello world function in here. We can actually execute it. So I can come back to you can do it as well. The packet, the template is the same. So you should have the same stuff. So for me, I can just write from CEO a.common, right? And then import hello world, right? So this is the function. For you guys, it will be from your package name .common import this one. Again, we cover more later through the semester. But right now, I can just call this function hello world parentheses, run it, hello world. So it's executing the function under this, execute this function, print out this stuff, right? Make sense? Later on, we can add more stuff, add more modules, something more and more complicated. But for now, it's just a simple template. But you have your name, you have a package ready, nobody can text your name again. So it's yours now. This is pretty much you publish an iOS app on App Store, app on Android Store, same thing. With this, you can start making some changes. You can add some new stuff. So for example, next I'm quickly go show you how I add some new things, and then um, I release a new version, and then you install again, you have the latest version. So let me do it very, very quickly. I don't have time to do all the stuff, but for example here, right, I can come here, I can add a new function. For example here, I can say, yeah, get version number. Okay, perfect. It's not supposed to just give you 0.01. This one is like static. Maybe it's something else. Okay. df. Let's see if we can have a random number. Okay. Give a number. It's not random, but you can generate a random number. So we can see here, example, 4 random. Then, okay, perfect. Like random to random. I don't know if it works or not, but for me, I can just go in here. I can test it on Google Colab. So if you want to generate a random number, I can just put random, right? And random. So nice, right? 0.0, 0.1. Run again. To be all random, right? Not always the same. So something like this, right? I can create this new function, and then I just tell um, users can then start using this function without having to know what's behind, right? You can have many complicated stuff. So for me, I just Control S. That's it. And once I have this one, I can start pushing changes to my GitHub. Okay, so I'm show you here. Okay, I make some changes. I can also add something to my homepage, maybe make it more obvious. So I'm gonna get something to my. So the things that you need to change under the docs, right? So the homepage is the index.md, right? This is where this website is here. I go to my website documentation, the homepage, this page, right? So I can make changes to this page if I want. Here, I'm going to maybe add a photo, for example. Features. I say generate random numbers. Okay. In the feature, you can generate random vector data, random raster, something like that. And I can say also here, I can add a new section. I can say demo. Okay. Then I can add some figures, for example. I'm going to add an image. So again, I'm going to get some, what can I get? I'm going to get some random images from my example from here. I'm going to copy this page. Is copy, open tab. I'm going to get a simple one. Paste it to my home page here. Control S. And then Control Shift V. Make sure that it's okay. Yeah, something like this. So now I've added some new function. I've also documented it. I can start pushing changes to GitHub. So what I can do here is add a message, add a random function. Okay, control enter. Think changes. Right. Then I'm going to go back to my paging here. So you see this one is building again, right? And usually if you want to make a new release, wait for this one to finish, because sometimes if something goes wrong, you will know. So either you are adding a new dependency, you are adding some new stuff, and if it fails, you don't want to make a new release because you might break whatever using your package. So you need to make sure that everything is tested perfectly. Right now it's pretty simple, so we don't really have any complicated things in here. It should work. And also I want to show you, like on the website, the documentation. On the left side here, there's an API reference. If you click this one, and you can see the commons module, right? This one here right now is you should have similar in here. But earlier, I added the random number function. Later, when it's built, it's also come here. Okay. So right now, it's not there yet. It might take a couple seconds. Again, depending on how busy is GitHub. It might take some time. And once it's done, then you can start. You can make a new release. And then when I install again, then I should be able to use that. So I'm going to do it very quickly here, showing you like release. And again, I'm going to draft a new release. Oh, I need to change the version. So right now it's 0.01. So for you guys, you need to install the package my versions. Not sure if I have it here. I'm going to go to. We can repeat this one next time, but I'm going to show you here quickly how we can do that from the terminal. So I'm going to do it from here. Bump my version, because if you go to your package under the underscore init, right now it's still 0.01, okay? Because I want to increase to 0.02. So pay attention to this one, okay? I'm going to conda activate geo. Then I'm going to pip install. Last time, if you follow my instruction, you should already have this one. So it's called bump my version. If you don't have it, you can just install in here. But for me, it's already being installed. And once you install this one, then when we try to release a new version, then we can do that from the command line. So again, let me this one. So it'll be bump my version and then page. Okay. And see, bump my version page. So major, minor, and page. So this is basically the semantic versioning. So the first character is major, second one is minor, the third one is page. So if you just run this one, it's going to increase this one from 0.01 to 0.02. Make sense? We do that again in the future, but for now, we don't have time. So I'm going to just push git push, and then hyphen text. It's going to push the text to GitHub. And you see here, right? From 0.02 to 0.02, and then just git push. Oops, git push. So now if I come back to my GitHub, but refresh it, and then click the text, you see this one? So basically, we are creating a new version locally and then push to GitHub. And then from here, we can easily create a new version. So I can just go to the text and then create new release. Okay, so from here, I can just generate release notes. See? Everything is automatic. Version 02, and then you're going to have this one. And then that's it. Just publish new release. And then this one will be pushed to PyPI. So this is kind of whole workflow. Make some changes, and then bump the version, and then push to GitHub. GitHub do the rest for you. So not sure if this is finished, but let me refresh the whole, website. You see? So earlier I did this one, right? Random number, and now it comes in here. You can also click to see the source code. So the website is built automatically. So this one is called API reference. Basically, all your functions, all the documentation is coming from here automatically. And once it's released, we should have this version 0.02. You see, now it's 0.02. So if I come back to GitHub here very quickly, I can install it again. All we need to do is just hyphen uppercase U. Thing means you're going to update the new version. So earlier it was 0.01. Right now, if I run it again, you should have this. No, sometimes it might take a couple seconds to show up. If this is not doing that, you can hear under underscore equal point 0.0.2, and it should install. It should search that one. So now you see install 0.02, right? So earlier, and this let me restart the kernel quickly, because we import the same library. And what I'm trying to show you here, right? I import this one, and so earlier we used the hello world, but now we should be able to have that random number. Okay, it's coming up here. Install this one, and then just run this function. Random number, parentheses, Alt Enter. Okay. So this function is the one I added earlier. And release a new version. If I don't release a new version, you won't be able to use it. So this is more like the whole workflow. Anyway, we're out of time. Yeah, we're out of time. Oh, I still have 8 minutes. Okay, great. So try it out. add something and see if we can get it work. This is generally the whole workflow, although we don't add any complicated stuff. But my general workflow is to clone the repository, make some changes, update the documentation, add some notebook examples, and update the website, and then bump the version, add the new text, push to GitHub, done. If you see any errors, fix it. So basically the repeating cycle, how we do things. And this is what you're going to do throughout the semester. Keep making new stuff. Also similar in here, right? Right now I can show you here we have this documentation, we have this, but there's no notebook yet. I'm going to remove this one and I can show you like GitHub leaf map, for example. Website, the notebook, right? I can click the notebook and I can use this one. You can see I have the contents that allow user to have notebook. So your notebook, for example, in the previous lab, right, lab 2, right, I asked you to create a notebook and then have the Git pages people can open. You can do the same thing in here. So right now I'm going to, we cover more later, but for now I can quickly show you like, okay, I want to add a notebook to here so the user can use it. I can just be here, come to the docs directory. So from here, I can add a new folder, okay? So I can add a new folder and I can say examples. Do I already have examples? Oh, it's already here. Okay, that's great. There's actually already an input like somewhere in here. But I can do another one, right? I can right click and I can new file, right? So here I can say random.pyimb, okay? And then I can just from here like from what's this one? From common import random number, right? I'm not sure if it works or not. It's probably not working because we haven't installed this package locally yet. I'm going to skip this one. Just going to show this. And then just say random number parentheses, right? Yes. So I'm adding a notebook in here. You can add some pages or other stuff. So once you add a notebook, you can add it one to the website. So the website is being controlled by this one, MK under your root directory, mkdocs.yml. This one controls the layout of your website. You come back to here, and if you scroll down to the bottom, see this one, home, installation, uses, blah, blah, blah. This is the one where it's coming from. So you have an example in here. I can add another one, right? So in Visual Studio Code, if you have your mouse on this line, you can just Control-C, Control-V. Control-C, Control-V. You add a new line, copy the content. You don't need to move your cursor. That's Control-V. And now you'll be like this one, like random, Control-S. That's it. So I'm adding a new notebook. It's under the same file path as the intro.ipymb. That's it. Once you're done, I can just update this one. Okay, add a new notebook example. Control Enter. Changes. And again, it's going to take a couple seconds or minutes. It's not going to be instant. So right now, if you refresh, it's not going to be there because it is not done yet. So right now, if I click this, you go to the docs website, examples, you see this one in here. And right now, this one is running. After the website is being built, you should see this one showing up on your website. It's going to take a couple minutes. Anyway, so this is the whole workflow. Again, I'm going to like reiterate again. If you want to contribute to something, you fork the repo, or if you want to modify your repo, you clone the repo to your computer, make some changes, add some functionality, and then you want to add some examples to demonstrate the functionality. You can also add some notebooks. You can modify the website. You can add some demos. You can add some images, whatever you want, and then update the table of content of your website. And after that, commit the changes, and then use the bump version to bump the new version, and git push text, git push, done. Everything that is automated. So you don't have to worry about how to modify the website or how to publish to PyPI. Everything should be automated. Let me see now. Yeah, the website is done, right? So the website is this one, docs, something, blah, blah. If it's done, then you can go to See the actions? Oops. Actions. And you see it's done. So page is built. And now go back to the home page. Right click. Or just open. The left side examples. This one. Bring them. The one I just added earlier. Now the notebook actually shows up. I have 2 notebooks under this menu. So the last one to show you is here, because this is a link to a website. So it's better to show it somewhere here on the about page. You click this settings icon and then check this box. Use your GitHub pages website. It should be automatic. Okay. So if you check the box and then just click save changes. So I'm very picky. I don't like the / at the end. You can uncheck it again, remove it. Okay. And then click save changes. So now your website should showing up in here. This is where people go to your GitHub repo. They can go to the URL. They can open it. They can go to the website. So right now you see, right? Yeah. So I have my links. This is the one I did earlier. I have my demo, I have my images, I have my browse, any stuff, right? So again, if you want anything else, look at the map repo. Everything is pretty much same. I add some figures, add some title, different headings, some pages. These are something like, or even you have a GIF demo, like showing people how to use that. The rest is up to your imagination. What do you want to add? But this is the whole workflow. And the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about how we can actually add some real functionalities in terms of how to visualize the geospatial data, how to analyze the geospatial data. But this is kind of foundation. So you have the template and kind of like you're trying to build a house. I already told you how to lay out the foundation, put the foundation. And I also help you with a new address showing up on the USPS website, a USGS system. The rest is up to you. How many rooms you want to design, what kind of things you put in there, totally up to you. But try to think about what things you want your package to do. And then we're going to step by step, every week we're going to add something to it. But this is the kind of the workflow that you need to do. Release a new version, but right now it's only on PyPI, but we also can release it to other repositories. For example, contact force. We'll show it later, but for now, that should be enough. So the lab assignment for this week will be show me your website, show me your package, show me your package on the PyPI, and add some minor things to it. Oh no, the new assignment going to be, yeah. Okay, that's all for today, and over here if you have any questions.